Hey everyone, it's an extremely tough market right now in Victoria. And what I mean by that, it's hard for everyone no matter what side of the deal you're on. Buyers, sellers, builders, realtors. Now, the numbers aren't necessarily doing so bad. It's not like, say, in 2008 when sales ground to a halt, or when interest rates spiked in 2022 and prices dropped. But there's a layer of complication, frustration, and uncertainty that's hanging over the entire market, and it's making it difficult to navigate and bring deals to the finish line. Today, I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to give you a few strategies and tell you what to expect as a buyer, as a seller, or even a professional working in this industry right now. For example, at the end of this video, I'll share a few stats with you, and you might be quite surprised to learn just how few real estate agents made any income at all last month in Victoria. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to hit subscribe if you want to follow along and stay on top of Victoria's real estate market with me. If you're a buyer, you might look at the more than 3,700 homes for sale on MLS and think you've got the pick of the litter. After all, that's a 5-year record high inventory. The quality of the inventory out there is quite poor. There are a lot of nightmare tenanted properties, lots and lots of people who bought at the peak in 2022 and are now mistakenly trying to get those prices again. Vacant, unkept investor condos and houses, sellers on a busy street hoping to sell to a developer, which isn't going to happen anymore, bad renos, and the list goes on and on. When you remove these listings, the quality listings are still very much few and far between, and that's where competition still exists. And that's just why it's so frustrating to be a buyer right now. On one hand, there's this big array of selection, but not really good selection. And then when you dial it down into a niche that you want to get into, you find competition there. My advice would be to have a very targeted geographical location in mind so you can move fast when the home you want comes up. And as always, rank location first and foremost, because that's the lifestyle you're buying into. With the commute times in Victoria right now, when you look at how long it takes to get to the West Shore, for example, really think about where you want to be living. If a home has only been on the market a few days, offer closer to asking price, you're probably going to have to, but then try and get longer conditions and lots of inspections and quotes to use as renegotiating power. This is a must now, even for new homes. Get a perimeter drain scope. I was involved with a new build in Oak Bay by a reputable builder, and the perimeter drain system was installed incorrectly. $300 drain scope saved my buyers from what probably would have been a $100,000 mistake in this case. If you're buying a condo, any given large building usually has a handful of units for sale in it right now. If you're patient, one of them will break and sell for what I would consider a deal. Fatigue has set in for a lot of these vacant units, and sellers now know that renting it out will mean it's near impossible to sell, so low offers are possible to get accepted. And the problem for the other remaining units is now that is the strongest comparable sale, and the whole building's average price per square foot gets brought down. For sellers, unless you have an extremely rare or unique property, for example, something with a beautiful water view or some crazy good development potential, then you have to be realistic on price. That first week or two is when the serious buyers will come in, and after that, you're usually dead in the water and lowballers will come by. Take the time to show pride of ownership, deep clean it, fix those loose taps and broken light switches. You just can't get away with that stuff in this market. If you were selling a $10,000 used car, you would definitely get it washed before you list it for sale. But for some reason, people will list $1 million home and they won't even bother doing the minimum amount of cleaning or even tidying up and cutting the front lawn. Even though Victoria's prices are holding steady, there's a cloud of economic uncertainty and a large portion of buyers who still think a crash is coming. Whether that's true or not doesn't really matter. That's what they think is going to happen. Everything has also gotten so expensive that even having to pay $300 for a plumber for one quick visit can be a turnoff for a buyer. There's just so many price conscious and stressed out people out there, so do what you can to present your home as turnkey as possible. There were 400 sales last month on MLS, so that's 800 buyer and seller ends combined, which is represented by only 600 unique realtors. Victoria has over 1,600 real estate agents, so 1,000 realtors did no business last month. It's got to be tough to be a new agent in this market. AI has made my job much easier. It's like a personal assistant, but I also don't think it's going to entirely replace me anytime soon. AI will make top agents more efficient, and it will give consumers some pretty cool tools and ways to be more self-sufficient out there when they're buying a house. So for any agents or new agents who aren't providing extra value, I think they're the ones who are going to be in trouble. On the plus side for consumers, more competition means more choice and perhaps more downward pressure on commission rates, which again means we have to prove our value even higher to command the existing rates we do have. AI in real estate will be the topic of my next video, and I think you'll get some great tips on how to use it when you're buying or selling a home in Victoria. Thanks so much for watching. What are you seeing out there in Victoria's real estate market? Please let me know in the comments below.